Welcome everyone to the Goddess Temple. My name is Chris, and for today's video, well, what I have coming through is what was it that I wanted to talk about? There's a few things that I really want to dive into, but I know there was something in particular that I knew it was time to talk about, and it's really this. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's this concept of destiny, the concept of the journey that you're being taken on, the journey that was written in the stars and the planets and the cosmos, and that you're meant to go on to travel on. And anything other than or anything besides the fact, you miss out. And that you're doomed for a life of challenge and turmoil. Sorry that I'm saying it with such heaviness, because to be honest, I guess this is from my own bias of an understanding of what destiny is. And the thing is, I'm learning more and more that there's more to destiny. There's more to this concept of destiny and the truth in which that it's expressed and the truth in which that destiny actually works. The thing is, there is a journey that you go on as a human on this earth, on this planet, on this in this lifetime, and you're here to live exactly in the way that you're meant to live. You're here to be who you are here to be. You're here to be in your own depth, in your own power, in your own fullness. The thing is, these aren't just words. It's you're moving away from the patternings that were instilled into you, the patterns that you came in with, the behaviors, the natural undertone of your behaviors, um, all of this that you've showed up in life with, and that you've had to move through. The type of life, I really hope that I I remember what I was talking about. So the type of life that you had to go through, that you had to live, you're starting to understand that it's it's not something you have to continue to experience, that you can actually do something different. That realization that there is a possibility for more is the whole concept of becoming enlightened. That is the concept of it. The thing with destiny is there's a way that you are programmed and designed to go through life. So there's certain things that you are already grayed out and it's actually effortless for you to move through. And then there's other parts that you are not good at, that it actually requires quite an extensive amount of force, amount of practice, amount of forgetting and then re-remembering. A lot goes into it. And it's really leading into that and learning that it's okay that this is your journey and there's people that actually know how to move through it, that teach it. There's people that have wisdom. There's people that are older that have wisdom. This is where and why, this is how and why people that have age, so that are older, have wisdom and that we revere them, or that we're told to revere them. It's because they've seen all the chaos and, well, not maybe not all, but most to a certain degree, and it's not true anymore, but to a certain degree, they've seen all the chaos and the how to deal with things and how to tolerate certain behaviors and certain, storylines. They've seen all the ins and outs, but just because they've seen it It doesn't mean they learned how to actually process it and how to improve it and become enlightened. So, why did I say that? I don't know. But I don't know how that ties in with destiny, but let's see where this goes. So, the thing with destiny is that you're starting to understand a little bit more of your own power, of what you're capable of, becoming enlightened enough to see differently. For you to see possibility and say, "Oh, that looks like a lot of fun and let's go and try that out." So these layers of depth, these layers of life, these layers of possibilities. I've already said possibilities, but it seemed important enough to repeat again, right? So these layers of possibilities are showing you that, you know what? The thing with destiny is that there is such a thing as a happy ending. To a certain degree, yes, life may seem like there's not much else to it left, and yet you're still doing it, you're still going through it, you're still moving through it. And you're starting to realize that no matter what I chase after, the chasing isn't the answer. Maybe if I slow down, maybe if I stop running, maybe if I stop chasing, what happens then? What happens if I stopped reacting? What happens if I feel neutral? What happens if I feel happy all the time? What happens? You start playing with life when the I have to do this, I have to do that, and that type of work and effort, that type of efforting, eventually you get to a place where you stop and you have no choice but to surrender because any more doing is so depleting and so draining that you can't see what else is available. And when you veer off of your natural way of being and experiencing life and creativity, is you stepping away from your destiny. Sorry, destiny isn't something that is above and beyond and past, something that you can't reach and touch. Destiny is what you're here living right now. That is destiny. Destiny isn't something big and grand. It isn't the thing that you don't have, the thing that you dream of, the thing that you wish for. It isn't that. Destiny is a concept of understanding a little bit more of you, understanding of what your own genius is, what your natural flow is, what life is for you, the way that life moves you, the way that you pulse, the way that you deal with stress and emotions, and the creative ways that you find solutions, and the way that you mastered your life, the way that you got to know who you are, and that you are destined to go down this path of life. This is your destiny. You are living your destiny, even though it may seem like you're behind most people. Destiny is something that isn't dying or flying away, but just, it's not something that's also mythical either. It's just a concept, a word to say that there is a natural frequency in the way that you vibrate on this earth, on this planet, that your soul vibrates to this level, so it lives in this body. It actually put in the work and the effort to create and form this physical body, and it wasn't in a rush to live this um, exciting co-creation. It wasn't in a rush to be born, but when it did all the work that it needed, and it was patient, it materialized into a physical body, and this physical body came with so many things on this earth. And so with this, you create, you live your life, you live your experience, and you move through it in the best way that you're meant to move through it. I don't know who this is for, but I'm wondering if there's a little bit more that wants to come through. Because a little part of me wants to like kind of end it here, but then at the same time, I don't know if it's just talking on a topic that I typically avoid. Um, I feel like there's a little bit more to talk about, so let's lean into that. So, leaning into your destiny is it's actually becoming aware of your physical body, your form. It's becoming aware and noticing how your body and your mind work, and the mind being the impulses and the suggestions that come from your soul. And then there's the spirit. Spirit, not only is it your soul, but it's also nature and life around you, the essence of you that mingles and interacts, engages based off of life around you. So you're leaning into all of these places, and you're learning a little bit more about you, a little bit more about what you're here to create, who you are here to be, and that your destiny is not a doomsday. So if you're not fated to only be experiencing suffering or lack of worthiness. You're not unworthy to experience joy, pleasure, success, abundance, fullness. You're not doomed in life. Life is highly abundant. Life gives you prosperity. You are destined for prosperity. You are destined to thrive. That is the true essence and experience of life. So give yourself the permission, get out of your own way, and let life guide you and move you in the way that life wants to exist within you. Just like you want to experience things and you have desires, guess what? People around you enjoy your company, enjoy your presence, enjoy your essence. And so does Earth, so does God, so does Spirit, so does ancestors, so does life around you. And this is where it becomes important for you to draw healthy boundaries, even if it's with God, even if it's with Spirit. That anything that happens, even if with your ancestors, including your ancestors, that it is highly important for you to know that by any means you will not be revering off of you will not be veering off of your path, about off of your destiny. That if on your path, that whatever you do, by any means, if it supports and helps others, other beings, other energies, other humans, then that's what it is. But you are not going to go out of your way, forget who you are, forget your life, just so you can help heal, save someone else. That's an absolute no no. You cannot try to go off of your destiny, go off of your path, just to save someone or to make sure that no one else goes through what you've experienced. When you stop saving others, it becomes You become more unshakable and that much more rooted in your destiny, in your path. So I feel like that little place, this little place is a great way to leave off. And I really hope that this allowed you to lean into a little bit of stories that you may have gone had playing through the back of your mind. I hope that this gave you some clarity or some direction on the way that you could be going and gives you a little bit of clarity or a little bit of ease so you can take a deep breath and let yourself go down your path, go down your destiny, to get clear on it, clear as you possibly can, and then move in that direction, act on it. So, with that little bit, I'm going to be leaving the message here. I wish you guys all the best, and I will speak to you soon.